Good evening, everyone.
Hello, hello, welcome, unique couples, family, community. It's good to see you again.
Yes, welcome to another Unique Couples Sunday Night Live.
Oh, yes.
We have Vito and Linda Patrick, and we just want to welcome you all in here for another fun-filled Sunday Night Live. And this evening, you don't want to miss it. So you want to go ahead and tell your friends, tell your family members, you want to share, you want to like, you want to tag a friend.
Oh, yeah. So if you're married, if you're engaged, if you're thinking about divorce, if you are courting, whatever it is, wherever you are in your relationship right now, or your friends, go ahead and invite someone. If you're watching with us live, go ahead and put hashtag live squad in chat. Let's see our live squatters in chat. Let's see those comments coming in. We have lots and lots of love for the doctors who are in the house tonight. Go ahead, live squad. And of course, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, have your questions, put those questions in. Definitely your comments. We want to see them. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Lynn is here. Hi, Kathy. Yes.
Michael is here.
Michael, okay, so we have Guyana in the house. Put those countries in the house for us.
Yeah, Michael is from Guyana. We have Kathy, who is from Alabama.
Yes.
We have Nassau in the house.
Hello, Delarice.
We have Freeport in the house.
Delarice, those are, yes, they're here as well. Okay, Corenda. Yes, Corenda is saying hi. Doctors Mac.
Hey.
Hi.
Yes. So we're all excited about tonight. We are talking about, what are we talking about tonight?
Top 10 reasons marriage thrive.
Yes.
Top 10 reasons marriage thrive.
Marriages thrive. Yes. So we are all excited and yes. Okay, we'll get that done. Okay, yes, we are all excited and we can't wait. We want you. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
And we're also on Twitter.
Awesome. So go ahead, yes. Let your friends know we have some exciting news, exciting things happening this month. Yes, this month. So we are like entering.
Yes. Last day of January.
Last day. Can you believe? Like all those days already went. Like the new year, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. And we are excited about our guest who we have tonight as well.
Hello, Coralie.
She is there, represented the tribe. Okay, awesome. Yes, and Coralie was in the story. If you haven't heard the story of doctors Wendell and Althea McMillan, their story is posted on Thursday on our Facebook page. Go ahead and like and share their story. At least that's part of the story. We didn't go into all that details. They'll share more with us today during their presentation, but we're so excited to have them tonight to share with us. We're starting the week. We have a week that you can spend with us, okay? You have a week that you can spend with us, and that is the Passion, Purpose, Promise, Reigniting It All. That is how we're beginning February, okay? And so the week leading up, starting, when is that?
February the 7th.
Yeah, starting February 7th, every night we have something for you. We have something in store for you every night from then, okay? So Passion, Purpose, Promise, Reigniting It All will be live. We will be there. We will be able to share, and you will be able to join us for that. Yeah. That will be an awesome experience. We have a lineup of guests who will be a part of that experience, and we're all excited about that. Then, of course, we have the treasure hunt you could sign up for, get the details. You can put the link in chat for the treasure hunt. This is a time that you can surprise your spouse, your partner, and both of you can be pleasantly surprised with all of the activities and surprises and games and just getting to know your partner on a different level. That will be on February 14th. Join us for the treasure hunt. It is unlike anything you have seen. That will be a live event on Grand Bahama. And then, of course, we have the virtual component for those of you who want to join us virtually. What do we have tomorrow night? We have something else tomorrow
Yes,
night.
tomorrow night we have Sip and Spill,
Mm-hmm.
and that is inside the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group.
Yes.
That's an exclusive group just for married folks. So you want to join us tomorrow in the Facebook private group, How to Strengthen Your Marriage. And the
Yes.
topic for tomorrow night is a continuation from last week, Monday. And that topic is part two of what no one told me about sex.
Oh, yeah.
So you definitely want to be there tomorrow night in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group.
Yeah, so we're all excited about that. So join us. If you're not there, join us. I see the link is in there. Yes, yes. Go ahead and tag. We still need some more people on this live because we have doctors Wendell and Althea McMillan here. So we need some more persons. Go ahead, tag. Let's see the tigers tonight. Tag your friends. Tag couples, you know, married persons, persons who are engaged, going to be engaged. Hi, Carol Crockett. Yeah, Carol Crockett. Yes,
Yeah.
hi. Violet is watching as well. She is sending hello, hello. Go and invite your friends, okay? Go and invite your friends. So we're all excited. Let's get right into it. And we cannot forget, we are so thankful for Style Me Pretty, Shadra Wiley, for sponsoring tonight's event. You can definitely catch up with her. Get your fix for Valentine's, get your girls all doll up, look nice, because that is a part of who you are as a person. You want to make sure that you're that super wife, that super mom. Look your best, and you can find her
in the 17th Center
Yes.
at a Total Hair Restoration.
Yeah, so call her, let her know that Unique Couples sent you to get all dolled up. 533-3536. So we're all excited. Go ahead and get styled up. And so, yes, we are ready. You see me, right? Yeah. You see me. Yes. So we have Dr. We can't delay it anymore. If you're watching the replay and you come on late and you miss it, go ahead and rewatch it. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, so we're going to start with top 10 reasons marriages thrive. And I would like to say we've had the opportunity to be in the home of this couple, all up in their home, all over their house. And their home it wasn't just a house, it's a home. And we know hundreds of persons probably walk through their homes. In Jamaica, when I was there, I had the opportunity to see them in action. And then, of course, when they came to the Bahamas and they've lived several different places, I guess they'll let you sprinkle that in and let you know about it. But anyway, so I had to share this one. So I was talking about being in the home, and this morning, well, Sunday, right? So I'm getting ready to prepare, right? And I'm preparing. I was like, you know what? Dr. Mac taught me this. Do your breakfast and your lunch and dinner, do all of that in the morning so you can have the rest of your day and you don't have to worry about stressing about anything. She's like, make sure you get it done.
She said finish everything before noon.
Before noon. I failed the test today a little, but I almost made it. I had almost everything done before that time. So breakfast done, lunch done, dinner, and you just have everything done before noon. And I always remembered and have been trying to practice that, definitely. And of course, there's so much. We definitely need a women's conference. So much that we've learned from this couple, and we're so happy to be able to have them on our platform tonight to be able to share. You are in for a treat. Take out your pens and your paper and start, take your notes, because guess what? You want to watch this again. You would want to rewatch this to hear all of what they have to say. So yes, we are excited. So we are going to bring on all the way from all around the world, but they're
currently in Harvard, Alabama.
Yes, they're now, but they're from all around the world. They've been places, right? Guyana, Jamaica, all of that. Yes. Okay, so you can do that. Yes, and we're so excited to have them on with us, and we are sharing top 10 reasons marriages thrive. Hello. Doctors McMillan, we are on.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's so good to see you, Linda and Vito, again after how many years? Good to be with you, and we really Thank you for the invitation today. We feel so privileged, so blessed to see our children and what they are doing. Congratulations on all this that you have established. This is a very, very important platform because marriages must continue to grow. You know, you go to the honeymoon and it's so hot, hot, hot. You have to find a way to keep the fire ablaze. So we really, really thank you. This is a great work that both of you are doing. And we especially love your name, Unique Couples Rekindled. You have to kindle that fire every day of your life. Now, we want to, first of all, establish that every one of you listening, every one of us is a unique individual. You're special. When God made you, He threw away the mold. There is no other person on this earth like you. So every morning when you get up, look in the mirror and remind yourself, I am special. And if you're a couple, look at each other every morning and say, we are special. There is no other marriage like yours. So I want you, as we go through this session, to just think about your marriage, nobody else's. Think about your unique marriage so that at the end of the session, you can take away some gems that you may need to help your marriage thrive. Because you want to keep learning, you want to keep growing, because if you're not growing, you're dying, and you don't want your marriage to die. So don't settle for ordinary. Every day you want to get better and better in your marriage and in your life for that matter. So congratulations for each of you on this call. This is a significant gesture on your part because it says you care enough about your life, you care enough about you care enough about your relationship, you care enough about your marriage to be on this call. So let's look at rekindle, because we think fire is the perfect metaphor for marriage. Linda, if you can give us that slide, please. Yes, it's a perfect metaphor. And if you have had any experience with fire, you will know that you have to keep adding logs to that fire to keep it burning. Now, like I said before, you were so fired up on your wedding day. I mean, both of you glowing. So we want to give you some logs, just 10 today, very quickly. We're going to try to squeeze in 10 logs in this time that we've been allotted so that you can keep this fire burning. All right? And now, for the next 10 minutes, 30 minutes really, 30. We're going to try to give you as much as we can. So let's start with the priest in the house, Dr. Wendell McMillan. He could be WR, he could be Honey, depending on the occasion. Honey, would you like to give them log one?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. As she mentioned, we are going to give you these logs, and we hope that you will take note and, of course, throw them in the fire of your relationship. So log number one, the first log that came to our minds is one that is commonly used by almost everybody. And I believe you can guess what that log is all about. And it is love. Love is used, misused, and abused. But we want to look at true love. What is true love? Well, we can find the answer in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Notice what the Apostle Paul tells us. He says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Now, here we have over 15 characteristics that describe what love is and is not. They are all action words. And I want to stress that. They are all action words, not just say, well, I love you. But there must be some action. Therefore, to love somebody, you will have to demonstrate your love. These action words require us to do good and to shun evil. Love, therefore, when it's practiced, will allow us to enjoy a wholesome and joyful relationship with our spouse. We can see from the list of requirements that we of ourselves will find it extremely difficult to truly love someone. Fortunately, we have someone who can help us. In 1 John 4, verse 16, we are told God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in him. There you have it. There's your hope. Get God on your side, and love will control your behavior. Now, the 15 characteristics that make up love should be examined closely. So what is good behavior we can adopt, and what is bad we can shun, but we do not have time to cover all of those this evening. So what we did, we look at the 15 and we adopt them to 9, what we call 9 logs, that you can put into your family relationship and will be able to enjoy each other. So let us continue now with the second log.
The second log really is an outgrowth of the first, which is love, because love is the basis for the relationship. When you love someone, you would be able to do all these other 9. And that's why we really chose love as the starting point. All right, so let's get into log number 2, which is communication. Research suggests that one of the best ways to improve a relationship is to communicate. If you have a problem at this point, here's the first thing I suggest. Go back to the days when you were courting. Do you remember? You talked for hours on end. You couldn't get enough of the other person. On the phone, well, back in the day, we used to write letters. I used to get 1 letter every week because I didn't have a telephone, but now you have the telephone. So you talk when you're dating, you talk when you're courting. When you get married, you have to continue talking to one another. You have now your best friend with you 24/7. And I used to long for the day when I would get to sleep with he was my husband then. I would just, we need to be together forever. Now I have him 24/7. We have to take advantage of that. Okay? Keep up the pattern. Now, when we communicate, we may engage in what we refer to as verbal communication or nonverbal communication. But here is the secret. Your verbal and your nonverbal should agree. Because when there is contradiction between the verbal and the nonverbal, we believe the nonverbal. I wish I could illustrate that for you, but I have to run. You understand what I mean. Usually in a relationship, one partner talks more than the other. I'm the chatterbox in our house. And you might pick that up before the evening is over. My husband is usually quiet unless you get him off on some baseball or football subject. He's usually the quiet one in the house. So we have to get used to the fact that we are different. We're from 2 different worlds. We have to get used to that. And we have to peacefully coexist. You may want to write that phrase down. Peacefully coexist. I have to adjust to his being quiet, and he has to adjust to my chat. we learn to communicate effectively in spite of our differences. So, ladies, I want to give you a gentle reminder this evening. Your husband cannot read your mind. You may want something, you may be thinking about something, and you think that he can get into your head and know what you're thinking about. That's not going to happen. He cannot read your mind. You know, after all these years, I still smile every time I ask my husband, honey, what would you like to eat tomorrow morning for breakfast? And do you know what he invariably tell me? Anything. Well, sometimes I try to be bratty and I would say, where do you purchase anything? So when you communicate, let's try to be specific so that we don't even let an occasion arise for either one to get off the handle, as we would say in the Bahamas. All right. Now your communication should be planned as well as spontaneous. From day one in our house, we have a monthly family council, husband and wife. We sit down and we talk. It's usually about the monthly budget. We've been doing that for the last 56 years, and we're still doing it once per month because things change. So you can't do a budget for the year and think that that's going to be good because bills change, things come up. So every month we sit down and we look at our budget. And out of that meeting, we talk about other things. That's a planned communication session. But we do have what we call spontaneous conversation. We communicate, and our favorite one is what do you call it, honey?
Pillow talk.
Pillow talk. We love to the first one to wake up in the morning, be it 5, be it 4, whoever wakes up first will turn over and will say, "You're up," and the conversation will start. But talk. There must be communication because it is absolutely necessary to keep your marriage ablaze. Remember, though, that there must always also be some time for silence. We have right now that we are retired after lunch and we have our big meal at about 1, 2 every day. Immediately after that, we have 2 hours of silence. He goes to his den or his man cave, whatever you want to call it, and I retreat to my private area, and we have 2 hours of privacy, silence. No phone calls, no communication with him or any other. You read, you nap, you whatever. Silence. All right? Now, why do we need to communicate? Well, that's your time to share. You share events, you share feelings, you share jokes. Sometimes we laugh so hard, we feel like the neighbors will call the cops on us. But you need to have that time to share. You know, you heard something, you want to share it with your significant other. Your communication time is also for planning, to discuss. But most importantly, it's a time for you to affirm your spouse. Now, that won't be a planned event. Whatever happens and you need to affirm your spouse, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Affirmation is important. I read once years ago that a person can live for a whole year on a good compliment. So if he brings me a cup of tea, which I love several times a day, thank you, honey. Affirm, affirm, affirm. But communication is a two-way street. While your spouse is speaking, you need to listen and listen actively because this opens the door for mutual understanding. And remember, you have to always listen with your third ear. Yes, God gave you two, but He also gave you another one. Because this third ear allows you to catch messages that are unspoken. That's all I can give for that now. Ready for log 3?
Yes, log number 3 is priority. Priority. For the flames that were lit on the night of your honeymoon, For those flames to remain hot, each partner should prioritize his or her life. So you may ask, how does that fit into a marriage relationship? I will answer that by going back to the first wedding ceremony that took place in the Garden of Eden. In Genesis 2, verse 24, it says, when God performed the first wedding ceremony, he said, for this reason, talking about marriage now, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. This means that as human relationships go, your spouse should be number one in your daily activities. Let me stress that, number one. You know, when we got married, we came home, we got married with all our family and friends were all there. But about 5 days afterwards, we were gone to a country we had no friends, no relatives. And that worked out nicely because we are still together for 56 years. Now, there are at least 5 circles that you may be a part of. These circles will include God, your spouse, your children, family, and friends. So let me give the order in which you should have your circle. The first circle should be God, you and God. The second circle will include your spouse. The next one will be your children. Now, those of us who have had children, we know that sometimes the children can try to become the closest one and be between you and your spouse. But please keep in mind, your spouse must always be the one after God. Then family and friends are all on the fringe. But as far as your relationship is concerned, please keep your spouse very close to you. God first, spouse second. Only God should come first, as I said earlier. And if you follow that rule, you'll be able to understand each other better, because family can come in between, gossip, fake news, but if you keep them on the free, then you have a better chance of surviving as a couple.
Log 4, moving right along. I think we're doing good for time here. Trust. Trust. The fact that you married the person you're with now suggests that you developed some trust during the courtship. True or false? True. Because if you didn't trust him and you believed that he would show up at the church and you wouldn't be left at the altar, that's why you married him. You developed some trust during the courtship. Now, trust develops over time. Over time. You begin to understand that you can really rely on your partner because over the years, he or she has modeled dependability. And when your spouse knows that he is trusted, he becomes more dependable, more responsible. I know this whole business of marriage is a mystery. If you think about it, it's a mystery. How two strangers from two different worlds. In our case, I was a country girl. My husband was born and bred in the city. Different backgrounds. He was a vegetarian all his life. I grew up having stew fish every Sunday morning. Two completely different worlds. And we met, we fall in love. How am I going to trust this stranger? Well, if he is during the dating and the courtship, doing things to develop that trust and that he is dependable, then you will over time foster confidence, because trust fosters confidence. Linda, are you keeping up with us? We're on log 4, trust. Okay. Trust fosters confidence. And it's not an easy thing. Well, I don't really know how to relate to it because I've never had the experience where I couldn't trust my husband. I don't know how to relate to that. But you would know, you would have indicators, what he says, if he keeps his promise and so on. My husband is going to talk to that a little later on when he gets to another log. But it's important. Your word, what you say, your yea is yea, your nay is nay. You're believable, you're dependable, and that's a key log to keep your marriage ablaze. Log 5.
Log 5 is one of my, I love this one. Log number 5 is affection. You recall when God created Adam, he said it is not good that man should be alone. That's explosive. And so I'd like to take you back to the first wedding ceremony. What Adam said at the close of the ceremony. Notice what he says in verse 23. He says, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh." Now, notice the closing sentence for the ceremony. This brings the curtain down on the ceremony. Notice what the author wrote. He says, "The man and his wife were both naked, and they were not ashamed." Now, why do you think that was added to the story? The man, both of them were naked, and they were not ashamed. Now, we're all married people, so I hope we could.
Well, you're on Facebook, so be careful.
Oh, what am I saying?
Covered.
As human beings, we are attracted to each other, especially when we see a beautiful woman, a handsome man, right? We are attracted. So in the marriage relationship, and I believe this is one of the key elements of marriage, we must be very affectionate, if I can use that term. And so we need to hold hands. I see some couples, they don't even look like they want to touch one another. I wonder what's going on. You need to hug, kiss, embrace, cuddle. And when you do all of this, other things will happen. I'll leave it right there. You see, the fuel for your marriage should be the honey that you began with on your honeymoon. That's the fuel. Keep that honey going. And if you do that, trust me, you'll be a happy couple. Now, not only hold hands, hug, kiss, embrace, but you need to write some notes sometime. Valentine is coming up. What do you plan to do for Valentine? And let me say this before we go on to the next one. For someone to be attracted to you, you must also look attractive. Am I right? Look attractive. Look at yourself. I put a word here, but this may be a little offensive. You must smell attractive. Am I right? Other word, a lot depends on you, and a lot depends on your partner. Let me leave it right there.
Affection is a very important love. People need to be touched.
Oh yeah, how many hugs we need
And
each
you
day?
need 8 hugs per day just for survival.
Let me give you one.
Yes, yes. 8 hugs per day just for survival. That's a scientific fact. And the more you hug, the better off you'll be physically and emotionally. All right. So touch. And you know, this I don't know. I've been hearing about some twin beds in some of these master bedrooms, but I don't think that's true. That's not possible because if you're going to be affectionate, you need to be close. All right. Are we ready for another line?
Yes, ready for the next one.
All right. Gratitude. Gratitude. Log number 6. Gratitude. The older folk in society, at least when I was growing up, regarded ingratitude as a sin. They would talk about the sin of ingratitude. You know, even Jesus expressed his disappointment. He was so disappointed when he cleansed 10 lepers and only one came back to say thank you. Only one came back to say thank you. Now, we tend to be so familiar with our spouse that we regard the other person as ordinary. You see them every day and you take them for granted, but that's dangerous. We all need to feel loved, needed, wanted, and we need to hear people say, thank you, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you. Okay? Sometimes it's easy for us to do this outside of the home, or when people come to us, to our home, you know, oh, it's all rosy, rosy, rosy. And the ones we love most, our spouse, our immediate family, we are so stingy, as we would say in my culture. We are so hesitant to say thank you, I appreciate you, I love you, but we have to make an effort. We have to make an effort, all right? Gratitude is always appropriate. It's never out of style. When somebody does something for you, when somebody says something kind, when you receive something, whether it's big or small, tangible or intangible, say thank you. Be thankful. Some of us behave as if, you know, we are entitled. Very early in our marriage, we established some norms simply because of our background. I got up the morning after, and after we settled into our new home, the first real home we had was in Guyana. And I got up and I started making my bed and sweeping and fiddling around. And my husband came and he looked at me and he said, well, what about breakfast? I said, well, I'm going to do breakfast, but I have to clean up first, because that's how we did it when I was at home with my mama. You had to clean up first and then you fix breakfast. Of course, we had an outdoor kitchen and it was a whole different scenario. He said, okay, I'll start breakfast. I said, thank you. And he has been starting breakfast for most of our married life ever since. So I still say thank you for the wonderful breakfast. Thank you. We are not entitled to anything from the spouse, from the children. We are not entitled. So when we get these gifts, these gestures, these courtesies, be grateful. Be grateful. You know, and I've discovered that when you're grateful, it opens the doors for more blessings. It's said that every morning when you get up, someone shared this with us a few weeks ago. Every morning, your first order of business should be to write down and think about 3 things that you are grateful for. 3 things that you are grateful for. Do not behave as if the Lord had to wake you up. 3 things that you are grateful for. And if you go through the morning thinking about that with an attitude of gratitude, that allows you to be more positive during the day, and you forget about some of the stresses that you will face later on. So gratitude should be at the top of your list every morning. And of course, at the top of that list of persons you should be grateful for is your spouse. Thank you, Lord, for this spouse that you've given me. Thank you for what he does. He loves me. He supports me. He nurtures me. He encourages me. Thank you. And even if it isn't quite the way you think it should be, say it until it happens. Say it until it happens. Gratitude for me is an antidote for depression. I had a couple of days during COVID when I felt like Chicken Little. Some of you may be too young to know what I'm talking about, but woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. And then the Lord slapped me on the side of my face and said, girl, look around you. And then I started blessing counting. I have a daughter right down the street who will bring my breakfast every time or bring lunch every time. And I have this and I have that and I have the other. And I have my grocery being shipped to me from another child in another part of the world, and this and that and that. And I started counting blessings and said, the devil, get you behind me. Count blessings. It's, for me, the best antidote for depression. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Log 8?
Yes. No. 7.
7. Oh.
Log 7. Very important one also, integrity or honesty. In 1 Corinthians 13:4, the Apostle Paul, describing love, writes that love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. So one of the quickest ways to dampen the matrimonial fire is to practice deceit. That will throw water or suspicion on the relationship. You must have heard the saying, honesty is the best policy. And it's so true in a relationship. Someone said, if you speak the truth, you don't even need to remember anything, because every time they ask you, it'll be the same answer. So be as honest as possible. I got this quotation from one Mr. Williams, and I'd like to share it with you. It says, in relationships, honesty and openness always leads to a successful relationship. However, every friendship, every relationship is bound to fall apart when you start keeping things to yourself. What happened? Secrets don't destroy things, but the suspicion of secrets will destroy everything, especially when your suspicions are confirmed. The worst thing a partner can do in a relationship is to have secrets and the other one suspects something is happening. The whole relationship breaks down. And then you notice they don't have any affection for you. You notice they change their complete relationship to you because they suspect something. So be as open as possible and as honest as possible. Please remember what was said at the first wedding when you got married. Remember you had to exchange vows and you committed yourself to one another. Keep to that commitment. And remember what happened when the Lord married Adam and Eve. He said they became what? One flesh. That means you need to think alike and don't keep anything from the other one. So no secrets, no lies. Honest relationship is just like water. What do I mean by that? Think about water. Water has no color. Water has no shape. It has no particular place. But water is still very important to you. So it is with honesty in a relationship. If it's not there, the relationship will be in trouble. So be as honest as possible.
As the old people used to say, your word also should be your bond.
Well, that's right.
Honey, I'm going to be home at 6 o'clock.
If you can't be there at 6, call and say I'm not going to be there at 6, but be as honest
And say where you are.
and open as possible.
All right.
Too many men love to go out. Honey, I'm going out. Does not know where you are. That's not a relationship. Why? My wife knows where I am all the time.
24/7.
My Lord.
24/7. And now my phone, thank the Lord, my daughter put on my phone a 360-degree, whatever you call the thing. I can go on my phone and figure out where he is. But I don't have that to worry about. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Your word should mean something.
That's right.
Your word should mean something. All right. Where are we? How are we doing? We running out of time? Okay, let me go at forgiveness. Log number 8, forgiveness. We're going to go at 100 miles an hour now. Forgiveness. Every time we pray the Lord's Prayer, we say, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. That means you will be forgiven only as you forgive. Hello, that's a mouthful. That is a mouthful. Maybe we should print that on a little card and put it on the fridge. As humans, we like to hold on to hurt. We want to keep score. I remember something from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and really and truly, the only person who is hurting in this scenario would be you. Because when you hold on to hurt, as one preacher says, when you hold on to hurt, when you hold a grudge, when you refuse to forgive, it's like you are inhaling and not exhaling. So you inhale and you don't exhale to get in more fresh air. And I said, wow, what a powerful illustration. The Lord can't fill you with anything fresh in your environment because you wouldn't exhale. And you're suffering, and the other person is going about his or her merry way. Please forgive so that you can be forgiven. When we forgive, we heal our own wounds, and we all have them. And this offers balm for the healing of others. Forgiveness has reciprocal benefits. It helps you physically. It helps you emotionally. Some people will never ask you to forgive them. They will never say, please forgive me. Your spouse may never say, please forgive me. But forgive anyway. It's the only way to be free from the bondage of the past. Luke 6:31 reminds us, do unto others as you wish them to do to you. Forgive. The whole business of marriage is to make your home a little heaven on earth so that God can what's the word I want? He can take you to heaven from the little heaven on earth. So make it a place where peace and happiness reign, where you settle hurts before you go to bed at night. I tried it once. One time I tried it. I was mad, I was hopping mad, and I went to bed and I turned my back. And I tried to pray and I couldn't pray. And I toss and I turn and I toss and I turn. Eventually I say, this is foolishness. So I turn over, swapped him up in my arms, and we talked about it, kissed, made up, Made up, yes, made up, and it had never happened again. Every night we kiss and talk and go to bed. It has never happened again. It has never happened again. So forgive, and you will be forgiven.
Amen. Law number 9, respect. This is very important. This law is very, very important to a relationship, particularly in marriage. To show respect, you must be polite and very kind. We are told in a marriage that the husband should be the king and the wife should be the queen. And so when you think about a king, you show utter respect to the king, and the same thing with the queen. And so your wife should be the queen, and you show all the respect you can to her. Some of us men, we have this entitlement that the wife is only there to cook or whatever, and so you don't even say thank you. But show respect. She's your wife, he's your husband. But show respect not only in the home but in public. And let everyone know that he or she is very special to you.
No embarrassment
No
in public.
embarrassment in public. That is what respect is all about. Even if you disagree, hold it until you get home and talk about it. But don't show disrespect. And then before the children, that's why you wonder why some children don't have any respect for you, because you did not show any respect to their father or to their mother. It's very important that you do that. My mother's name was Pearline, but my father called her Pearl, and he treated her like a pearl. And so I just copied what he did, and it has paid off over 56 years. Praise the Lord for that. Amen?
Yes, sir.
Let me share a quote with you. It says, great marriages don't happen by luck or by accident. They are a result of a constant investment of time, thoughtfulness, forgiveness, affection, prayer, and the last one is mutual respect. And it's also, you have a rock solid commitment between both you and your wife. So please show all the respect you can to each other. And the Lord will bless you. Your children will grow up to have respect for you and for others. And it will just filter down, and we'll have a better society.
In honor, preferring one another. Wonderful, wonderful. Patience. Our last law. Patience, patience. If on an occasion, it just might happen that your spouse gets on your last nerve for whatever reason, here's how I suggest you deal with it. Don't say anything. Close that mouth. Put some water in it for guarantee. Close that mouth. Then go to a quiet spot. Write down all the reasons why you fell in love with your spouse. All the reasons why you married your spouse. And don't come away from that quiet spot until you have cooled yourself right down. And then put that paper where you wrote it in a safe place, because you may have to refer to it again. You see, so many of you, not me, so many of you youngsters grew up in an age of instant gratification. Instant gratification. I want him to behave this way now. It could be 1 month, 1 year into the marriage. Instant gratification. I want a perfect situation now. But remember, I told you were two strangers, two backgrounds, two situations. My mother used to say, Rome was not built in a day. So I grew up in an age where we didn't have instant cereal. You had to catch the fire and make your cornmeal or whatever. No instant potatoes, no instant messages. We didn't have instant anything. So you're not going to have an instant perfect situation. In fact, we're not going to have perfection until we get to heaven. So some of us looking for a perfect situation. We are human. Even God remembers that we are human. And there are times when we will slip, but the idea is that you get up, brush yourself, and remember, I have to be patient with my spouse because God is patient with me. Look how many times we mess up on any one day or week or month. We mess up bad. And we say, God, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry. And he forgives us. So we have to be patient with ourselves. Be patient with one another. Be patient with your spouse. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. In time, God will make all things beautiful.
Concludes the 10, right?
Yes, we'll take some questions if Linda would allow 2 more minutes.
Okay, so you're gonna do the questions now.
If you have any.
Yes, go ahead. Questions.
Yeah, so the first question that came in was, how can I get my husband to help around the house?
Wow.
I would suggest that you take a minute and try to figure out what's your husband's love language. Well, everybody has a dominant love language. So try to figure out what your husband's love language is. I know my husband loves acts of service. And I know that my husband loves good food that only I can fix for him. Well, his girls do pretty good too. And a lot has to do with timing too. You have to choose the right time, the right place to ask for what it is that you want. Now, let me give you a perfect scenario. For days, I will be thinking about something that I would like my husband to do. For days. And I wait for the right moment. I will get him and fix him the breakfast I know he loves. And I will wait until he's finished eating and he's in a wonderful mood. And I say, honey boy, you know, I've been wanting a little thing built in that corner. And he loves anything to do with wood and masonry. He will make it. Yes. Choose your timing. Choose your timing. You know, that has a lot to do with it. Don't nag. Do not nag.
Well, from the male standpoint, find out what he loves to do around the house. There must be something he loves to do. And allow him to do that. And gradually he'll get into something else. But don't nag him. If you nag him, you'll turn him off completely. He must love something around the house. Even he may be a good cook, but maybe you have not given the opportunity to cook or whatever. So you have to find out what he loves. Capitalize on that. Trust me, it will move on to another level.
Awesome, great. So we see our unique couples community, everyone. Make sure, let us know what was your takeaway. What was your favorite log, your top 10? What was your favorite? Type in chat for us. We still have a little more for you. The McMillans have their assignment for you today to do as well. But we have I think we have one more question. If you have your questions, you can put it in chat. Maybe we'll be able to get it. We have one more question and then we'll take that assignment.
Okay. What if my husband does not want to work? How can I deal with that?
When you say work, you mean work in the home or work outside of the home?
Outside.
Outside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys praying fast.
You mean he doesn't have a job?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
He doesn't want to work or he can't work.
Is he physically ill?
He doesn't want to work. The question was, he doesn't want to work.
Oh,
So then
he don't want to eat.
it's a case of survival.
Say that again, Dr. Mark. I think they need to hear that. He doesn't want to eat, right?
The Bible's, we are believers, so we have to go back to the word.
Right.
And the Bible says, by the sweat of your brow.
Right.
Now, you may have a job that you're in an air-conditioned situation, but the Bible, it simply means, loosely translated, you will eat if you work. That's the loose translation.
That's right.
That's the loose translation. By the sweat of your brow. And the Bible suggests that the man is the priest, the provider, the protector. So who is going to do that if he isn't doing it? Who is going to do it?
That's right.
I suggest that that couple seek some counseling.
Right. And if you know anyone who he has confidence in, then you ask that person to talk to him and see if he'll change his attitude. But he needs to realize that he needs to make his contribution, or instead of eating rice and fish, you may just get.
No, you have nothing to get because there is nothing.
That's right.
And if you don't eat, you will die. So if I don't have an income, then I must have a huge farm.
That's right.
He must have a huge farm that he can reap from and then sell some to pay the bills. But I'd suggest counseling.
If he come home,
I would suggest counseling.
All right.
Awesome. Yes, we see Stephanie said she really enjoyed the presentation. Tamika is saying wise counsel. Meshalee, I'm sure you remember Meshalee Wallace. She said, with 56 years under their belt, we have to listen to this wonderful couple. And we agree, definitely. Wonderful marriage mentors that so many persons have learned so much from over the years. And they have always been open and willing to share what they have been practicing in their home and all around. And we're so happy to have Doctors Wendell and Althea McMillan joining us tonight at Unique Couples Sunday Night Live, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you haven't subscribed yet to our Twitter and YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. You can go ahead and also rewatch and get those nuggets. Hello, Latoya. Yes, and I see Pastor Clark says, I don't have a question, I have a testimony. Let me bring that up. Patrice and I have done 36 years of marriage this year, and Doctors McMillan have made a significant contribution. Awesome. That is what Pastor Eric B. Clark had to say. Yes. Awesome. So yes, 10 top reasons. We heard it from Doctors Wendell and Althea McMillan, 10 top reasons marriages thrive. And you got it. Veterans, marriage veteran, 56 years. Like, yeah, that's way older than we are. Way older.
Wow.
Yeah, great advice. Wonderful words of wisdom. Go ahead and rewatch this if you came late. Yeah, so we're excited. We know you want to give the homework.
Yes,
she'll
give the homework, but before she gives the homework, we just, as you said, we hope everybody will benefit, but I'll just like to do some commercial.
Okay.
My wife wrote a book, Definitions of Love. Very, very good book. It's on Amazon. I suggest that every single couple purchase one of these books. Anybody.
Yes, definitely. We have ours. Definitely, we have ours. Yeah, and don't let out your books, because you don't get them back.
You don't get them back.
So this is a book you don't let. It's hard. We had our hardcover autograph book. Do not lend out your books. If anything, go and purchase one for yourself and another couple you know. Do not
Right.
lend out your book. Buy two. So you can lend someone, you could give someone a book. Yes, Definitions of Love by Dr. Althea McMillan. You can find it on Amazon.com. And Dr. You also wrote a book, 12 basketful fruit, 12 basketful.
For economic
survival. 12
Yes,
baskets.
yes.
We
You have
really
that
need
book,
it
you
now.
can share that.
And we need those 12 baskets right now with this corona. Trust me.
Definitely.
All right.
And that is also another helpful resource for marriages, for
Yes,
couples,
very much.
and actually for families, anyone to use. A great book that we have also used in our, marriage and stuff. And we are so happy that we are able to do it early on. It's good to build a foundation right. But for couples who have not done it the right way, you didn't lay that foundation, you didn't do probably have the McMillans as your mentor, and you're there reading their books and getting all this advice up front and personal, because you probably didn't have it in your life, based on the family you came from. But you can still find a way to improve your relationship. You can find a way. And so go and get the 12 the Definitions of Love by Dr. McMillan, Althea McMillan, and then definitely the book by Pastor Mark as well, okay? So that you can make sure that your marriage is on a great financial footing. We definitely needed to look at something in the future with that, making sure that our marriage, in terms of finance, that we get that. And you have to buy your book. When we have that session, you purchase your book, and then we come on live and we can discuss that with the author. Definitely have our session. Yes, yes.
Sounds good.
So
Sounds
show us the
good.
books again. Show us the books again. I
We
had
don't
my
have
book.
Definitions of
Of
love.
love.
Yes.
It's not only for marriage, it has a section for husbands and for wives and for families, but it's for anybody, any professional.
Very
It's
good book.
it is practical tips for demonstrating love as a family, as professionals, and as members of society.
Awesome. So we'll put the link.
Homework time, Linda. Then pardon?
I said we'll get the link and we'll put it in. We'll put it in the chat. We'll get the link for that, for the books, and we'll put them in the chat so everyone can get their copy, and then we'll put the photo up later. Yes, yes. One more time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, today is the last day of the first month of the rest of your life. Let me say that again. Today is the last day of the first month of the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the perfect time to set some goals, to get the honey back on the moon and to get the fire ablaze in your marriage. So, number one, before you go to sleep tomorrow night, February 1, evaluate your marriage using these 10 logs that we have suggested today. 1, evaluate your marriage on a scale of 1 to 10. Which logs are strong, which are dying? 2, rank those logs. So you put the weakest one at the top, rank them from weak to strong. So if you're weak on patience and strong on integrity, rank. 3, spend 1 week if you choose to as a couple, or 1 month if necessary, working to improve the weakest area first and then go down the list. And you keep doing that until you've covered all 10 logs. All right? And find a way, whatever your schedule, to pray together as a couple and put your problem in God's hands and watch Him work. Nothing is impossible with God. Nothing is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I hope everybody got their homework assignment. I hope you got your homework assignment. So you want to evaluate your marriage using those 10 logs. You want to rank the logs from the weakest to the strongest. And at the beginning of each week, you want to spend 1 week on one of the logs until you complete all 10 of them. And you want to repeat it as necessary. So for the next 10 weeks, you will be working on one of those logs each week.
Yep.
And you want to do this for your marriage to thrive.
And this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time. We're at the beginning of
everyone.
Yes. So this is it. We are all excited. Thank you so much, Doctors Wendell and Althea McMillan. Those of you who are watching, who are joining us with the replay, you're live with us. You're on YouTube, Twitter, here on Facebook. Go ahead, let us know what was your favorite log. We have some persons talking about mentioning what their takeaway was. Listen, take what is for you and use it and make your marriage thrive. Take what is for you and make your marriage thrive. So we're all excited about
one final word. The best gift that a couple can give to their children and to society is a great marriage.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah.
We need to say that again. The best gift a couple can give to society,
their
children,
is a happy marriage.
Awesome. Is a happy marriage.
Yes, that's
awesome.
Powerful.
Yes.
That's powerful.
So we'll have happier societies, happier children who will grow up to be wonderful adults, and the cycle will continue. But if we don't have that, of course, we're looking at really devastating society. Everything going haywire. But if we get the foundation right, these marriages right, our children will grow up correct. Society will be safe and healthy. Awesome. Definitely.
Okay, so we just want to leave with a few announcements. Just want to remind everybody of tomorrow night of Sip and Spill, 7:30 in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage private Facebook group page. If you haven't joined that group as yet, you want to go on Facebook, type in How to Strengthen Your Marriage and get permission to join the group.
Yes,
it's exclusively for married folks. So you want to join that group. And tomorrow night, it's going to be part 2 of What No One Told Me About Sex. So you want to come join that group tomorrow night so you can get part 2 of that. What No One Told Me About Sex.
Hello, Ruben. Hello.
Yes. And then we have the treasure hunt that's coming up on February the 14th.
Something for you to do for Valentine's that both you and your spouse can enjoy. Yes. Treasure hunt, February 14th. Go ahead and sign up. We can put the link in chat. Go ahead and put the link in chat. You can also email us at uniquecouplesrekindle@gmail.com and just put hunt. So we know that you want to be a part of the hunt, and we can get the link to you so that you can register to be a part of that event. It is going to be unique, one of a kind, a gift that you could give both you and your spouse. Yes. And we are starting on the 7th, right? We have a week of activities. And then on Saturday mornings, we have started for this. We're starting in February. We have to talk about this.
Yeah, we did,
we have to put this in. Every Saturday morning at 6:30 a.m. It's just in half an hour. We have our passion, purpose, promise, reigniting it all through prayer session. So that will be a half an hour session, and we are going to pray for marriages. And starting this week, we have Pastor Eric Clark. He will be coming on to do that brief devotional, and we are going to have a prayer time on Saturday morning. So we want you, we're starting, what is Saturday?
February the 6th.
Yes, we're starting February 6th. That's Saturday. So you can join us. It will be on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We'll be on all of the platforms sharing that. So be there for that prayer time. And then on the 7th, we have Sunday Night Live again. It is going to be super love. The men are talking about what to do and men's role, and they're going to take it away. So that's all men panel talking on Sunday during Super Love, Super Bowl weekend.
That's Super Bowl, but we're still having Sunday.
That's in the middle of Super Bowl. How are you going to get them away from the game?
Yeah, so you definitely want to catch that, and then you can watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so we'll be on. And then during that week, on the 7th, we have wonderful, wonderful presenters coming on to share. We have Nathaniel Butler coming on Monday to talk about finance, and we're going to talk about creative date night ideas for Valentine's. We're going to do Tuesday, we have a ladies panel, and they're going to talk about all sorts of things leading up to Valentine's. That's going to be exciting. On Wednesday, we have Pastor and Mistress Monroe, and they will be sharing on Wednesday. Thursday, we have
Will and
Nakia Namani he is all the way from place in Africa. Yes, born, but they're living in the States now, so he'll be sharing. And then on Friday, we have
Pastor Paul and Jones Cavallo.
Yes, they'll be sharing on Friday evening it's all at 8:00 in the evening. You want to be there, so you're going to reserve your time, get your energy drinks to go with us all through that week. We are celebrating leading up to Love Week. Of course, and Unique Couples, we celebrate love year round, but we just want to take it up a notch for you. Those persons who only do these grand things during Valentine's, well, we have something for you. But love should be a year-round thing. It's a daily thing. It's not a Valentine's thing. But we have the passion, purpose, reigniting it all week, and we want you to be a part of that. Yes. If we miss anything. And then, of course, thank you, Shadra from Style Me Pretty, Total Restoration, Beauty Salon, in the 17 Plaza for supporting Unique Couples. So go ahead and let her style you, pretty ladies. Get your girls there. Get your hair done. Let's support Shadra. Tell her we sent you from Unique Couples. We had fun tonight. We enjoyed our 10, and we had your takeaway.
10 top reasons.
Top 10 reasons.
Top 10 reasons marriage thrive.
Yes, marriage thrive. You see, Tonya was here saying hello too. Yes, Tonya was here saying hello. Everyone is saying hello to the McMillans. Yes. Wonderful program.
So my log would have been patience.
Patience. Yeah, you need that. Like he needs seriously need a lot of patience dealing with me.
I have a lot of them that I like. So. But yes, we want to once again thank the McMillans for taking time out of their schedule to join us tonight.
Get those 8 hugs in, people. Get your 8 hugs in. Minimum.
Eleanor, hello, Eleanor. You just got on.
8 minimum.
Replay.
Yes, 8 minimum. Yes, definitely. Hello, Felicia. We just said hello. Yes, Carly was here. Yeah. And we're all excited. Be patient with yourself and your spouse. Yes, that was yours.
Yeah.
Yes. Love it. Okay.
All right. So thanks again, Dr. McMillans, and thank you, Unique Couples community, for joining us. We had a great time. So just listen out for Sip and Spill tomorrow night, and then we meet again here next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here,
full week.
Yes. Here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. We love you all. Have a great evening and enjoy the week.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you.